Hey everyone, welcome to Live Korean, where we learn Korean through songs, dramas, and other videos online. Today we're going to be looking at a song by Woody, who I think is a new artist. The song is called 이 노래가 클럽에서 나온다면, and the English title is Fire Up. So this song is currently top of the charts. We'll have a look at the chorus. The chorus is quite long. It has a Korean part and an English part, so we'll focus on the Korean part. But first, let's listen to it together and go through it line by line.
날 거라면 이 맘도 가져가 어차피 넌 내 말 듣지 않을 거니까 이 노래가 클럽에서 나온다면 네가 임하게 춤출 수 있을까요 이 노래가 클럽에서 나온다면 혹시 그녀가 내게 전화할까요 이 노래가 흘러내게 닿는다면 그대는 웃을까요 눈물 흘릴까요 궁금하죠 과연 You still have fire
Okay, so there it is. Now I usually show the whole chorus at once, but today we're going to go through it line by line as we watch the video. Now some of the things we'll look at today have actually been covered in previous videos, but that's okay, we'll still look at them briefly just in case you haven't seen those. So in the first line we have 이 노래가 클럽에서 나온다면. 이 being this, 노래 is song, 가 is the subject marker, so we're talking about this song. 클럽에서. So club is obviously club. 에서 means in or at a club. 나온다면, if it comes out. Now what does that mean? It basically means if this song is played at a club. In Korean, we sometimes say 음악이 나오다. Music comes out when we talk about music playing. So for example, you could say 음악이 나오네요, which means music is playing, or you can hear music. Not literally. Literally, it would be music is coming out. But if we were translating it to English, it would mean that you can hear music or music is playing. So just looking quickly at this preposition here, we're saying here that music's coming out. But where is it coming out of or coming from? It's coming from the club. Finally, let's look at the last part, 나온다면, which is this grammar here put onto 나오다. 나오다 meaning come out. So 온다면 is if, and you might already know if as 면, and it is similar, but 온다면 gives it a kind of bigger if. So the situation might be a little bit more likely, or it could be kind of hypothetical. For the second line we have 내가 이 음악에 춤출 수 있을까요? And in English this means, would you be able to dance to this music? So let's see how it means that. Firstly we have 내가, and this is how you write the subject of the sentence if you're writing you. So we looked at this in previous videos. If you're writing I as the subject of the sentence, you write it as 내가. For you, it's 내가. Now, as you can hear, these sound very similar. So in general conversation and songs as well, it's normally pronounced as 네가. So 네가 이 음악에 춤출 수 있을까요? 이 is this, 음악, music. 에, again we have a preposition. So why is this preposition here? So we have 춤출 수 있을까요? Dance to the music. So here, 에 is saying dancing to the music. Finally, let's look at the last part, which actually has two grammar constructions combined. So 춤추다 means to dance, and then we have 을 수 있다, which means being able to do something, so you can do something. And at the end, 있을까요, as we saw in my last video, you can use when you're asking a question to yourself or a hypothetical question. So that's what's happening here. Would you be able to dance to this music? So before we move on, the first line of the chorus, or the first two lines, if this song played in this club, would you be able to dance to the music? The next line is the same as the very first line, so nothing to explain there again. If this song played in this club, 이 노래가 클럽에서 나온다면. Okay, next, 혹시 그녀가 내게 전화할까요? This basically means, would she call me? But this 혹시 at the start of it gives a feeling of like by any chance, like do you really think she would call me? Now 그녀, you might know this word, this means she or her. In this situation, it means she because it's the subject, and we can know that by the ka on the end of the word there. So 그녀 means she, but in Korean you have to be very careful because in Korean we don't use he and she like we do in English. You will only see this word 그녀 or 그 for he. You'll only see these gender pronouns in things like songs, poems, maybe advertisements, but you won't generally hear them spoken in everyday language. They're not used like that. So what do people say instead of he and she? Well, that's a very deep topic, which is much too large to explain in this video. But generally, sometimes the subject is omitted completely, so they just won't say he or she. They'll just say the question. 밥 먹었어 means have you eaten? But it doesn't have a subject at the start, and that's very common in Korean. 내게. 내게 is a shortening of 나에게, basically to me. And lastly, 전화할까요? So 전화하다 is the verb for making a phone call. 할까요? Again, we have this 을까요 grammar. So would you call me? Again, asking a question, not to anyone specifically, but kind of just a rhetorical question. Okay, 이 노래가 흘러내게 닿는다면. So this is a bit different from the previous first lines. We have 이 노래가, again, this song. 흘러. 흘러 comes from the verb 흐르다. So 흐르다 means to flow. But it's also used for things like music, crying as well, different things like that. So basically it's saying 이 노래가 흘러. So this song flows out from somewhere. But first let's explain the rest of the sentence. 내게 we saw in the previous one. This one, 내게, as you might be able to guess, means 너에게, this one here. Then we have 닿는다면. So 닿다 means reach. So that's how we get if this song flows out and reaches to you. Again, this last part is our if, 닿는다면. Like in the first two lines, it's the same ending. Alright, the next line. 그대는 웃을까요? 눈물 흘릴까요? The first part, 그대는. 그대 means you, but it's an affectionate you. So again, you'll hear it in songs, you'll see it in poems, things like that, but you usually won't hear it in everyday speech, even between married couples, only if they're being especially romantic. 웃을까요? 웃다 means to smile or to laugh. So, would you laugh? Would you smile? Next, 눈물 흘릴까요? 눈물 literally means eye and water. So, tears or crying. Now, 흘리다 is kind of like the 흐르다 we saw before, but 흘리다 is the active version of it. So, if you 물 흘리다, that means to spill water. So, 눈물 흘리다 means to spill tears. So basically it's crying in English. So would you cry? Of course there is the verb 울다, which means to cry as well, but 눈물 흘리다 is another way of expressing crying. So would you smile? Would you cry? And finally we have 궁금하죠? 과연, you still have fire. 궁금하다. 궁금하다 is a very useful word to mean wonder, and it's used a lot in everyday speech. When you're saying, oh, I wonder what you're doing, or often it's just used by itself as well. 궁금하다. I wonder about whatever you're wondering about. At the end of it though, we have 조. Now, 조 is 지 plus 요. So it's a shortening of that. But what does this mean? It gives it emphasis and also a feeling of, oh, of course I wonder. And then 과연. 과연 means in the end. In the end, you still have fire. Alright, so let's go down from the top. 이 노래가 클럽에서 나온다면 네가 이 음악에 춤출 수 있을까요? If the song played in a club, would you be able to dance to it? 이 노래가 클럽에서 나온다면 혹시 그녀가 내게 전화할까요? If the song played in the club, do you think she would call me? 이 노래가 흘러 내게 닿는다면 그대는 웃을까요? 눈물 흘릴까요? If the song plays and reaches her, would she smile? Would she cry? 궁금하죠? I wonder. 과연. In the end, you still have fire. Okay, let's listen to it one more time and try and read along with the lyrics as you do.
이 노래가 클럽에서 나온다면 네가 이 음악에 춤출 수 있을까요? 이 노래가 클럽에서 나온다면 혹시 그녀가 내게 전화할까요? 이 노래가 흘러내게 닿는다면 그대는 웃을까요? 눈물 흘릴까요? 궁금하죠 과연 You still have fire
Well, that's it for me today, everyone. Thanks for watching. If you have any requests or questions, please leave a comment below or get in touch by email. We'll see you next time.